$1,000 a day is the holy grail of online business. It's one of those milestones that completely shapes your worldview in a totally new way. So in today's video, I want to give you the Shopify blueprint to do $1,000 a day online that nobody's really talking about. And the hope for this video is that you'll take this and run with it and build your store to $1,000 a day and beyond, to 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. And let's just get right into it. We're actually not going to waste any time. However, if you do enjoy the video, make sure that you subscribe and use some of the tools that I'll link in the description that are very helpful to scaling beyond some of these numbers. So $1,000 a day, it's not as hard as you think, okay? I'm just going to say it. It's really not as hard as you think. And how do I know this? Well, because I've actually been in the online space for almost a decade now. It's been like 7 or 8 years, which is crazy to say. And even just this month alone, I've started multiple Shopify stores that are each doing over $1,000 a day. So I just want to demystify this number right here, because you'll see so many different things online right now, so many different brands, so many different gurus, so many different pieces of information and data that are telling you a million different things. So I just kind of want to share with you the simplest ideas possible and just simplify it for you. So I think $1,000 a day, in order to do $1,000 a day, and nobody's going to tell you this, it's not about your creatives. It's not about your strategy. It's not even about the research tools that you use, any sort of software. And that's coming from somebody that literally sells a software, right? So I have a software that is for research purposes, but I literally think to hit $1,000 a day, you don't need any software. You don't need almost any app on Shopify besides Shopify, right? And again, no one's really going to tell you that, but I just want to be upfront and honest with you and just let you know, you literally don't need any app, any research tool to hit $1,000 a day, okay? This is what you're going to need. Number one, you're going to need to have a pulse on what's working. Now, of course, there are many tools that help you with this, right? There are many tools that can help you do that, but the best thing that's going to help you do that is literally just browsing. So let me just show you, for example, right? This is the software that I sell. It's called Shopilab. We have a bunch of tools like, different trends that you can browse, different trending products, and, different analysis tools that you can use for checking traffic and things like that. But again, you don't need this. Just hear me out, okay? We have this discovery tool here, right? And this basically just shows you winning meta ads. Like, it's just like a feed that you can scroll with winning meta ads. And right away, I saw this one, right? So I saw this ad for Breathe Free, and it's pretty cool. It's basically, let's just play it a little bit here.
Want to stop smoking for good?
Want to stop smoking for good? Watch this.
Way easier than I ever thought possible.
I was 20 cigarettes a day, and today I had 7.
28 years of smoking as an adult, and these helped me stop massively.
So it's just this necklace that helps people quit smoking, right? Now, of course, yeah, I found this through Shopilab, which is a paid tool, but here's what most people won't tell you. You can find things like this 24/7 by just making a TikTok account. So I have a TikTok account. You can follow me on TikTok if you want. I make a lot of content. A lot of people follow me. A lot of people watch my videos. But on this account, you know what I do every single day? I actually, well, of course I post, but besides posting, I literally just scroll on TikTok. And what I do on TikTok is I scroll with the intention of finding what's working. So this is the number one thing, right? This is thing number one. Have a pulse on what's working. The easiest way to do that is just to doom scroll TikTok. I know that sounds crazy, but it's the truth. You just have to be a little bit intentional with it. I promise you, you will learn more by doing that than by watching 20 videos on YouTube. Because what's the bad thing about YouTube right now is that there's too much information. And there's information that is literally incredible, but it can overwhelm you, is the thing. There's a lot of people talking about avatars, about creatives, about, just so many different things, like stages of awareness, all things that are actually super valuable, right? Very, very good information. This is information that you'd learn at college, right? But guess what? You're not in college yet, right? You're just trying to get to $1,000 a day. And to get to $1,000 a day, you need to go back to like a middle school education, okay? You need to dumb it down. So literally just start browsing TikTok. And I promise you, by doing that, you'll get shown winning products. Not only will you know what works when it comes to content, but also you'll get shown winning products. Now, once you're there, right? Once you understand a little bit of what's working, again, this is really crucial and you can do it for free. Before you spend any money on ads, on any mentorship, on anything, any softwares, just start a Shopify store. That is the number one thing too as well. You do need a Shopify store and we do have a link for that. That's $1 a month. So use that. It does help me out a lot when you use my link. There's an internal competition with the Shopify coaches, the Shopify commerce coaches in the back end that you don't know about, but I'll just tell you, yes, it does help me if you use my link. So I would greatly appreciate that. But you need a TikTok account and you need to start knowing what's working. You can do this on Instagram too. So, just to clarify here, make a research TikTok account or Instagram account or even Facebook account. And this is how you're going to get a pulse on what's working. Okay. This is what's going to give you a pulse on what's working. I guess we can make all this bigger. It's a little small right now, but yeah, so have a pulse on what's working. Number two. So the number two thing you need to do, okay, this is also very important. Actually, we're just going to copy this. Sorry, I'm not the best with the whiteboards, but I'm trying my best here, and the videos will get better. So number two, you need to create a template for testing. Okay, so you need to test products. Unfortunately, to get to $1,000 a day, you do need to test products. Okay, I know that may come as a shock, right? You probably think, actually I need to know all the stages of awareness for each avatar and test a million creatives. That can help. I'm not saying that those things don't help, but I'm just gonna say this radical idea. I personally believe to get to $1,000 a day, the thing that matters the most, the number one thing, is just your product. It's literally not your creative. It's hardly even your landing page. It's literally just the product. And I know that sounds crazy with the current landscape, right, of e-commerce, because a lot of people have added a lot of layers of complication to it. Pre-landers, advertorials. And again, I'm not saying these things don't work. They absolutely work, especially to scale to, crazy levels like $1 million a month. But we're not talking about $1 million a month. We're talking about $1,000 a day. And again, I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm not showing you, my dashboards, but we're literally making sales as I'm making this video on multiple different stores that are all beyond $1,000 a day, that are all new. These have all been launched this month, okay? And my team and I are doing this all the time. So trust me when I say this. You don't need to know. You don't need to be the best marketer in the world at all, or even know much marketing at all in order to make it to $1,000 a day. You just need to test products, and test products that are trending or products that, people want. And you don't know the products that people want if you don't test them, right? I mean, you can have an idea, right? You can have an idea by going on TikTok, doing research there, by using software tools, discovering what's trending. Like we know this is trending, right? But ultimately, you could test this exact same product with all this exact same layout, even the same ads, and it could perform terribly for you. So there's an element of luck, unfortunately, when it comes to building a business. Every single business owner out there that has found success quickly, they will tell you that they feel like they got incredibly lucky. They don't feel like it was their skill that gave them success. They will tell you that it was luck. And, that may be kind of, bad for you to hear, but it's the truth. So how do you increase your surface area of luck? You just launch more products, right? And obviously, like I said, don't just launch random stuff. Launch stuff after doing a lot of research, right? Doing some research on what's working, and do this every day. Like research every single day for free on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. So create a template for testing products. Now, I'll tell you this. We do have a store builder at Shopify. So we did solve this problem for you if you don't want to do this yourself. So you can just use this to create a template for testing. But this is literally what we're doing ourselves, right? So we created a template that we use for testing products, which is a very simple Shopify template. It's pretty much this. Every single Shopify store out there that is successful that you'll see follows the same template, which is, reviews, which is social proof, really. That's what reviews are. So social proof, some benefits, some sort of scarcity, and then a strong offer. That's really all it is, right? Just a really strong offer, some scarcity, some social proof, some really nice images. I do think images matter. So, if you're going to focus on anything focus on your product images, because that can really help sell your product. Now, luckily for you, there are apps like Higgsfield, for example, that allow you to make product images for free. There's free plans on here that you can use to create images. And you can create some really awesome images like you see here. Some of these images look incredible, and you can do that on Higgsfield. You can also use ChatGPT for this. Just prompt it, right? Like just keep asking it, hey, make me a studio level image, make me a better image for this particular product, right? Whatever product you're testing. And then just make this as a template. Again, don't overthink it. Just make it clean. Make it follow the same structure that every single successful Shopify store in the world follows, which is social proof, some sort of scarcity, strong offer, and then more social proof, to be honest. That's really all it is. More social proof, and of course, like benefits, like laying out the benefits of your products. Like, why should somebody buy this? Pretty much, right? So this is really good. Actually, I really like what these guys are doing a lot. This looks very, very good. And yeah, some of these things do help, like us versus them, money back guarantee. But again, you don't really need those things. It really won't make a huge difference. Reviews, yeah, they can help, of course, because that's social proof. But if you're just launching your business, you're not going to have reviews. So what you can do is you can create your own reviews, like, not like this, but you could just make like 3 testimonials here. If you want to do it super clean, you could just ask your parents, your friends to give you a review, like to give you a written review. And then you just put it on just like this to put it on your site. But you can also just make it up just to test, right? Now, once you have your template for testing, then it's really just going to be about testing products. So here's the great thing. We have this resource inside Shopify, which is free to use, by the way. So like I mentioned, we do sell software, but you can also just log in here for free. We're genuinely trying to build the best community for e-commerce, and it starts with the free community. So you can make an account at shopilab.ai. You can do this for free, like I just mentioned. So you just go to shopilab.ai, you make a free account, or if you use the store builder, you also, you have to make an account to use the store builder. Again, it's a free account. And if you access the dashboard, you can just, get rid of some of these tools if they're not relevant to you and go to Shopilab sourcing. Now here, you can go to Team Drop and you can create an account for absolutely free. Okay, so again, we're not spending any money on apps. We're not spending any money on sourcing, on any software, or on any mentorships. You want to spend your money on ads, trust me. Of course, you don't want to just loosely spend money on ads. Like I said, I have had members inside Shopilab that they'll be like, oh, I spend like $200 on ads, and then they show me what they tested, and I'm like, why would you even launch this, right? Like, why would you even launch a website that doesn't follow the same template that everybody follows, that doesn't have good product images? Like, put a little bit of effort into your template here. Again, it's really not that hard. It's actually super easy these days to do. Yeah, if you're non-technical, it may take you a little bit of time, but once you make one product page, then you can just use that same product page for any new product that you add to your store. And then it just becomes about testing products. So from there, again, continue to get a pulse on what works. Keep browsing TikTok on a research account, or Instagram on a research account, or Facebook on a research account. I do this every day. This Q4, I'm back in the trenches with you guys. So that's why I'm making this video, because I've never found it to be so easy. And I know that sounds crazy, but it is easier than ever to build an e-commerce business, because with AI, you can get studio level shots for your products without spending any money. It's seriously, like, it's just unbelievable. So I want to tell you guys, right? I want to let you know, and hopefully some of you will join Shopee Lab, the community, to get more help. And then also maybe the accelerator, where you can, we actually want to partner with accelerator members to build stores with them, right? And provide advice, funding, things like that. But that's pretty irrelevant to you right now. As you see, though, there's some amazing products here on Team Drop. So not only do they have amazing products already, just ready to be added to your store, let's say this fashion bag, right? Or this shower head with pressurized water, which is, a pretty trending product. And they can ship it within, it's pretty expensive shipping, but 5 to 8 days shipping, quite good. Not only do they have already existing products that are just ready to go, but you can also just WhatsApp them and message them any product. So if you find a product on, in step number 1, screenshot it, go to your Team Drop account that you made for free after going to the Shopee Lab link, and send it to them on WhatsApp, and they will find it for you, and then you can add it to your store and sell it. It really is that simple. Now, for Meta, here's the thing. So step 3, of course, it's, sorry, I'm just going to do this again. It's going to be testing products. So here, you just want to test products. And this is actually where people get hung up the most. Test products on Meta or TikTok or even Google, honestly. Like, all of these work, right? So just pick one. I would say Meta is probably the best one. I think Meta is just the most powerful. That's what we're using, at least, for testing products. That's sort of our process, right? So all of the multiple stores that we've launched this month in the last 2 weeks that are all doing over $1,000 a day, they have all been launched on Meta. And here's the thing. For Meta, you can use Higgsfield to make ads. So this is the cool thing about some of the ads that work on Meta. And, we can maybe find some ads like that. Static images work very well. And not just the static images that you may think, not just these kind of like very branded images. You can literally just make pictures of your product with AI and run it as an ad with a really strong ad copy. That is just, that sells the product really well. That's actually a really good method right now for testing ads. So let's see if we can find something like that. We might not be able to here, but yeah, I guess I wish I would have had an example for you on that. I'll just make more videos in the future, but ultimately, just ads that are really native to the platform. That's kind of the key is, you can actually just launch native static ads with strong ad copy, or launch native video ads with congruent ad copy. Now, how do you make this ad copy? There's 2 ways, right? So one way, and what does strong copy even mean? Just to simplify it for you, right? I don't want to get into like stages of awareness, desires, avatars, because I personally think, again, I'm not saying that those things are not valuable. They are very valuable, but not if you're just a beginner. If you're just a beginner, those things I don't think matter as much, because they're just going to confuse you and they're just going to prevent you from actually testing products. And the highest leverage thing you can do when you're trying to get to $1,000 a day is just test products. I promise you, I've literally tested products with, like 10 videos from TikTok to like a regular product page with a really solid offer and pretty nice product images that we made with AI that scaled to $30K a day in 2 weeks. So that told me right away, like, oh, a lot of this stuff that you see on YouTube is fluff when it comes to getting to certain numbers, right? Especially at the beginning. And there's different methods also for getting to it. Like, right now I'm talking about $1,000 a day, building a brand from scratch with, branded drop shipping, which is a method I really like of launching brands. It's almost like vibe e-commerce. I don't know how to coin it. But of course, if you're building a brand where maybe you have a product that you just super believe in, right? You believe in it so strongly that, it's not a drop shipping product or anything like that. It's not easy to source. Let's say you have inventory, then this is still going to be relevant. This is literally still going to be relevant, but instead of testing more products, you're just going to test more offers. So for example, testing, giving away a free product, right? Or giving away, making 20% off if they buy 2 with a free product, right? Or making an ebook that you can offer. So instead of testing products, you're just going to test more offers. And then again, same thing on Meta. Instead of testing more products on Meta or TikTok or Google, you're just going to test more offers. That's the key. But number 1 is still super crucial, because if you know what's working on TikTok for growing, you can just copy it for growing your brand. Okay. Now, that's kind of it. And for Meta, like, here's the thing. We launch everything from, $50 to $100 a day. Very simple, very easy. And by the way, I'm not showing you any dashboards in this video. The reason why is because I don't want to edit this video. And if I do show you a dashboard, I'm going to have to blur it out. And if I have to blur it out, then that means that I have to edit it. So I don't want to do that. But I'll show you here real quick, for example, just one thing that I posted on Twitter or X. So I said first 2K day for the demo store that I started from scratch this month in the ShoppyLab.ai learning section of the platform. So we do have a learning section of the platform here. It's right here. You can't see it because I'm covering it. I'll just make myself smaller. It's the courses and live call section. So we do a live call in the Discord. This connects to a Discord. This platform connects to a Discord community, which is super cool. I would love to have you guys join. But in this course, so there's this Shopify store, AI Shopify store OS course right here. And in this course, I built the store from scratch. Like, I literally down to coming up with the name. So it was pretty cool. And yeah, there you go. So that kind of wraps it up. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments. I guess I'll just say this too. I'll say US only, CBO, 1 ad set, broad targeting. That's all you need. No cost caps, none of that. Just this right here. And yeah, I do have this over here too from a different video, so I guess I'll touch on it super quick. But this is also how you can scale if you have a brand, right? Like, not a branded dropshipping store, which is still a brand, but you know what I'm saying. Like, if you have inventory that you need to sell, this is actually one of the best ways. So test offers, test on paid ads, but then also hire affiliates. Like, just start hiring affiliates all the time. Anytime you get an opportunity to onboard a new affiliate, do it, because they're going to make you content for free and they're going to push sales for your store. That's why TikTok Shop has been such a crazy phenomenon, is because they really kind of it reignited affiliate marketing in a totally new way that also helps Meta like so much. So yeah, that's kind of it. I'm sorry if this was a little too simple, or you need more help. If you do need more help, just ask in the comments. I'm always looking at the comments. And then of course, you can join ShoppyLab if you want. You can ask us questions in the Discord and utilize some of these tools. They're pretty cool. Honestly, this is the coolest software that I've ever built. It's the coolest thing I've ever built. And it's, I'm super proud of it. So I'm going to keep using it, but it is absolutely free to make an account on. And we have some amazing, very valuable tools that are going to help you actually, build your store. So one of them is this ROAS calculator too, that is absolutely free. And I guess this is a pretty important thing that I should have mentioned. For testing products, I would say right now, test products that are low cost of goods that have a high perceived value. So if your cost of goods can be 15 and you can sell a product for 50, then your break-even return on ad spend is going to be 1.49. So that means if your ROAS is 2.5, let's say, you're going to be at 27% profit margins, which is pretty solid, and especially for a $50 price point. So let's see. I do want to check actually to see if this store is scaling. They are. So Breathe Free, this is another tool in the ShoppyLab accelerator, or not the accelerator. The accelerators are one-on-one program, but just in the software. It's called the website traffic checker. And yeah, as you see, they're scaling big time in the US, in the UK, and getting a ton of traffic. This is what you want to look for when you're looking for stores to get inspiration from. And kind of, again, like, it's part of step number one, knowing what's working, like have a pulse on what's working. That's why I'm always doing research. And again, that doesn't mean you have to copy this exact product, right? But you can take inspiration from the fact that they are continuously scaling. So that means they're doing something right. So if we go to, for example, let's just do Breathe Free. You can go to their Facebook ad library. I'm just going to use this right here because you can actually go to Facebook ad library from here. Yeah, you can see, oh wow, they're testing a lot of products actually. So they're building kind of a detox collection. That's pretty cool. These guys are doing things right. I really like what these guys are doing. Shout out to you guys. And yeah, they have some really interesting static ads. You know, look at this. Did you know your hands crave the habit just as much as your brain does? So this is a really good creative, and you know, it's running straight to, let's just look at their Facebook ad library again, just to see exactly how many ads they have. 250. So they're testing a lot of ads. But we can click, you know, let's see if we can click one of these. So all of them are learn more. So let's see. I just want to find out, I guess, where it's sending people mainly. Okay, so they are sending people to the shop and probably some advertorials, but that's pretty much it for this video. I know it got kind of long. I yapped a lot, but I'm genuinely yapping from the heart. I'm just trying to give you like the truth, at least from my perspective, right? And everybody has their own perspective, but I just see a lot of people very confused and a lot of people just feeling overwhelmed. So I want to simplify the process for you, and hopefully this video accomplished that. That's about it for this one. Peace.